Boy, I got a mess. Look at all this. All junk on the floor. That's old rotten car on the floor. I got a little problem here. Look here though. Got fenders off, hood off, inner splash shields are off. Got everything. There's about 1,300 bolts that hold a fender on this car. I don't know if it's that many, but it's a lot. Only a few of them broke off. Some I had to cut off. Some just wouldn't come off no matter what I did, and tore a bunch of stuff up. But the worst problem I have now is this under here. Here's our front door. Rocker panel. Well, this is a rocker panel extension that kind of works its way up and it gets attached to the firewall. Well, you see there, a big hole there. Right along here, right in this area, should be a bracket that the fender bolts onto, and the bracket that's mounted on the fender. All of them bolt together right here with two big bolts. Well, there just isn't anything there. Nothing. And that bracket ties into the floorboard here and up into here. Scary thing is there's a body mount right here. So when I get to pulling the carpet and the seats out and look on the other side of the floor and make sure there's, you know, if this is still solid, I'll fix it. I won't take the body off the frame. But if it's ate up around this mount, I'll have to take the body off the frame, or at least jack it up high enough to fix it. I'm really not wanting to do that. But, you know, I think I can fix all this stuff. And unfortunately, there's, you know, a lot of rot here, and by the time I get to cutting it all out, I have no idea what the heck it's supposed to look like. A little dent right here in the firewall, which tells me, like I thought, that this car had been wrecked on this side. And there's a little dent here where the fender had hit it. So somebody's replaced this fender, replaced this door, patched up that door, something right around the side here, and I think that's how it ended up with a 61 front bumper, which is cool. I like the 61 front bumper better than the 62. Here, the core support. What's funny is this whole core support pivots, and the whole core support's mounted with one bolt and one bushing right down there. See, back in 1962, this car was the epitome of luxury. And it's got an X-frame. It's not a box frame, it's an X-frame. And the reason they did that is for ride quality, so the whole car would flex. You know, so you can imagine with these great big heavy fenders and fender wells all in here bolted together, it kind of stiffens it all up, but the whole thing can flex around. That's so it rides nice. It's not a race car. It's a luxury car. Now this side was a whole lot better. Whole lot better shape. You know, it came apart a lot better. Of course, there's a lot of stuff that needs cleaned up and repainted. I'll pull that core support off after I get the underbody here done and stuff taken care of, and probably send that off to the sandblasters along with the inner splash shields. But down here, it is a little bit better. I do have a little bit of a hole here, so I got a little bit of fixing here to do. It is a lot better. That piece that had a big hole in it the last time on the other side, right here, this one's good and solid. There's nothing there, no rust. Solid. It's awesome. And underneath here, of course, the exhaust is in the way, but I can see what the other side is supposed to look like. So hopefully that'll help me make some patterns and get the other side fixed up back to original look and original structure. Of course, here's the doors. Lots of work there. That's a hole that goes all the way through. So the inner door shell and the outer door skin needs fixed. Another thing that's not really good for the whole project is this passenger front fender. If you look, wait a minute, dang it. Anyhow, sorry, a little technical difficulty. See this big lump of something right here? That's Bondo. See these little pop rivets right here? There's one right here, there's another one here, another one here, another one here. There's a piece of sheet metal on top of this hole. You can see this hole right here and that fender bracket. They put sheet metal on top of it, bonded it up. Right here. See that funny looking line right down through there? Those are holes somebody's pulled that fender back out with. And, you know, geez, to fix this fender would just take a whole lot of work. To fix it right would take a whole lot of work. The headlight bucket itself, over through here, is totally rotted away. It would totally need reconstructed. Places like that, little brackets and things that would all need fixed. You know, this and right there. Look right there. That's a hole that's been plugged up with sheet metal and Bondo. Some more rivets. Right underneath this trim piece right here. More sheet metal and rivets and Bondo. So this fender has 3 repairs that someone's done that I'd have to redo, and 4 or 5 more on top of that to fix this fender. Not a good situation. The inner fender wells are okay, you know, they're not too hard to fix up and make them look good. So now down here, there's the other fender on the driver's side. It's got a little bit of rot in it. If you look right there, you know. Now the bracket on this side, I cut it. There wasn't much left, but I wanted to cut it so that I could take the 2 pieces off, put them together, and make a pattern. If I can make a pattern on one side, I can make a pattern for the other side. This is how bad this is. See right there, that's Bondo. And that's all that's left of the inner structure to the fender. It's just hanging there. All that needs fixed. You know, and if I've been talking to a couple different people about a fender for this car, and they're just expensive. It's not that the fender itself is expensive, but to find a good one, you know, southwest or out west, where it's not, you know, it's worth buying, because I can't buy anything better than this around here. Let alone find one. You know, it's the shipping. It's $150, $175 just to ship one fender. So who knows? I might be taking a road trip come springtime, maybe over the winter. I don't know. We'll see. Anyhow, our tie bar goes across with all the lighting harnesses. It's there. I'll clean it all up. I'll reuse that harness. You know, I'll clean it up. All the, you know, the good thing about this car is no mouse damage. As many mice have been in here filling it up. No mouse damage on the wiring, which is really good. Well, I was telling you I was going to take all this off, and it came off. I got all this drip rail molding, 3 pieces to each side, and it took me about 2 hours to get that stuff off without damaging it. I'm kind of proud of myself I did that. Got it off there. Another bad place. Rust. Right underneath the drip molding. The drip rail molding and the main part of the body's got rust in there. So I got a little portable sand blaster, bead blaster thing, and I'll clean all that up really super good. 415 it, sand it down, and I'll prime it and paint it. And I think it'll be great for a really long time. So anyway, that's where I'm at. Next thing, pull these doors off, which hopefully won't be too bad of a chore. Of course, I'll do that after I clean all this up. Look at this mess I got. That's all rotten car. There's a pile so far of what I've got out of this car that's laying on the floor. So then I clean the shop up, reorganize it, put some tools away, Then I work on getting the doors off. Get the doors off, pull the seats out, pull the carpet up, and see where I'm at with the floor bracing situation. And let's all keep our fingers crossed I don't have to take the body off this car. And if I have to, I'm going to do it. So anyhow, what is this? What is this stuff I'm hearing on my YouTube channel? I don't know how they swap around and get other people's stuff on here. That's not what I want. I want these fucking holler boys is what I want. You know.
This is an old fucking holler boy song that we were just searching for the right CD to put it on, and when Glitter Time in Chicken Town started coming together,
there we are.
We knew we'd found the CD.
Fucking holler boys. All right, guys. We'll see you soon. On what, part 4 is it? Part 4. See y'all later. Man, it's tough. Tough stuff here. Alright. We'll see y'all later.